So shook and grown, disobedience turned their hearts to stone. Lost in the zone, now they're paying rent in Hades' broken home. Most crackheads, no shelter in the night. Underworld gates, that eternal flight. Denials go through torturous flights. Only face facts could have saved.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
No way back. Lost souls on brimstone track.
Welcome.
Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Choose truth or face the dole. Talon's boats too full to float. Whales of the foolish on the underworld note. Denied Olympia, decree nothing told.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
No antidote. Gods convene, truth unseen. Demigods whisper, lost souls scream. Follow the path or drown in the stream.
Welcome. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Olympus. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be another abbreviated show. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. You know what we're here to do. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly why we are here. Convene. No way back. Hey, hey. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Alright, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly why we are here. We only got a little bit of time today. Zeus has other affairs to attend to in the kingdom. Don't worry, everything is alright. Alright, but we got to get the truth out there every morning. Alright, as long as we have the opportunity to do it. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy. I ain't even had my coffee. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't try to photocopy when you're out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy. I ain't even had my coffee. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Yes. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. But before we get started, let's take care of some housekeeping items. First things first, I'm going to try to get out of here an hour early because obviously Zeus is a very, very busy person, all right? And I have other affairs to tend to. So we'll just try to keep it short and sweet, but we'll get into the meat and potatoes as soon as possible. As I was saying, for those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H, yeah, Big Zeus. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, the first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. Despite what they're doing on the app right now, making these terrible videos about me and trying to make it look like I'm not honest. These people are sick. The second H is because I'm humble. W. Rick in the chat. All right, I'm the most humble person. If I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize, right? And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is, you've guessed it, I am and will always remain the most handsome. Check out my features. Check out the features. And you all know exactly what we do in the Thunderdome. We hold these people on the right. Yeah, they're clowns. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, a lot of these people who voted for Donald Trump are clowns. We hold them accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crime. And part of that now means you all voted for it yesterday. We will be holding court. So make sure you get whatever evidence you can of these content creators out here that voted for Donald Trump. Bring that into the kingdom, and we will have court on a day that I choose fit to do it, maybe on a weekend. But yeah, we help them to see the hypocrisy in their thought process. There's something going on in this country when people who barely have graduated middle school get into positions of power. These people are unfit to be in any position of government as far as I am concerned. But you know what? The thing is, they are also allowed to vote. So it's reckless, right? It's reckless that these people who can't connect dots the way that we do, I'm talking about my fellow Democrats, my people on the left, all those who voted for Kamala Harris, right? They don't know how to connect the dots the way that we do. And so, Jared, if you don't mind, Jared, it would mean a lot to all of us, Jared, if you send Big Zeus a guest request, right? And part of what we'll do is, Jared, we'll help you get whatever issues that are going on right now inside of your little MAGA brain, whatever is left of it, because obviously the rest of it belongs to Donald Trump. We'll help you get to the bottom of what's going on, all right, Jared? All right, just send me a guest request, because we already know you're a MAGA demon. Yes, you're possessed with the MAGA demon, and you do anything for Donald Trump, right? And so, Jared, I'm going to go ahead and help you out. Maybe you're not familiar with this broadcast, but what we like to do is give folks like you, Jared, a heads up. If you had a problem, Jared, with the way that President Biden and his Vice President Kamala Harris ran America for the past 4 years, Jared, if you have a problem with us Democrats, Jared, do us all a huge favor and listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, Jared. So now you've entered at your own risk. So if whatever happens to you, Jared, and anybody that believes what Jared promotes, they said they voted against Zeus's and the Democrats and the liberals' ideology. You didn't do that. A referendum. Woo! Woo! These people I tell you, these people don't get it. So you need someone like me and some of the friends that I bring up. You need people like us, MAGA, to help you understand the error of your ways. Take his advice. Okay, Music Man, you want me to do that? Okay, I got something for Music Man. And I got something for Jared and all the other MAGA-possessed demons. I didn't want to do it right at the top of the show because I'm a busy person and I got other things to do, but I'll do it. Yesterday, the former president who somehow snuck his way by hook or by crook back into the White House by doing a lot of dirty deeds. He went on to Fox News, gave his first interview to Sean Hannity, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what I'm going to do before we get into that? I'm going to go ahead and send him straight to hell, along with all of these Trump supporters in my chat right now that are still under the spirit of delusion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire. Jared, are you still there? I didn't want to start the show off with a lake of fire routine, but we're going to do it. Jared, this is for you. All right? And any of you other MAGA demons who, instead of actually getting those egg prices down to the level that we all thought they should be, they actually went up. And now we're going into a 1929 style depression, courtesy of you, MAGA. Congratulations, you played yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them straight to hell. Let's give them a round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
For the record, Fox Business has just put out an article, all right, January 22nd, 2025, all right, and eggs have gone up a whopping 37%. This is what happens, MAGA, when you let a clown run government. Remember when I was telling you all this was a big circus? The circus actually got bigger. The clown actually grew the circus from being what it was, controlling MAGA. Now it's running the United States. And like I said, we're heading towards a 1929 style depression, one like we've never, ever seen. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got some more information to share out about mass deportations. Yesterday, Donald Trump got on to Sean Hannity's show. And they say the Democrats race bait. I got to ask the people in the chat today, is this race baiting what Donald Trump said on Fox News? Listen up.
Open borders with people pouring in, some of whom, I won't get into it, but you can look at them and you can say, could be trouble, could be trouble.
Did you hear what he just said? Let's play that again. Is this race baiting?
Open borders with people pouring in, some of whom, I won't get into it, but you can look at them and you can say, could be trouble.
You can look at them and you can say, could be trouble. Is that race baiting? Is that put a yes, please, if you believe that's race baiting. I don't ever want to hear a Trump supporter. Look, you see all these people. Look at ladies and gentlemen. Look at all these people. Yes, yep. Of course it is. It's race baiting. That's why when you liars, you hypocrites get in my live and you start trying to tell me how to talk like this and walk like that. You know, they say that kind of stuff. Zeus, let's just stick to the issues. Yesterday we had a guy up here, DJ, really nice. Zeus, can we just find common ground? No, I'll never be okay with racial profiling. Never. Have y'all ever been the victim of racial profiling? Because if you have, you understand that, we can't do that. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what MAGA is doing. You know what? Yesterday, I got some more immigration information, ladies and gentlemen. And so this is to all the Hispanics that voted for Donald Trump. You know, we had that one guy come up here early in the week, right? The brother from Venezuela. And they're trying all kind of tricks to avoid getting deported. You know what these people are doing now? They voted for Donald Trump and they're going, oh my God, I think Zeus and his friends might be right. Right? We got to throw Donald Trump off of our trail and try to make it look like we're on the good side. So now they're I promise you'll go on this app and you'll see all these Hispanics that voted for Donald Trump. They got all this MAGA gear on, right? It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. They got all this MAGA gear on. And what they're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is they're trying to hide in plain sight. They're trying to give Donald Trump the impression that they're one of the good ones. Okay, look at me. I got my FJB hats on. I'm traveling to the Capitol to be a part of the inauguration because when it all comes, you heard Donald Trump just say they just look like trouble, right? So they're going to look at you and they're going to see, oh, you're one of those ones we got to deport. And then they're going to try to bust out all of their MAGA gear and all of their Facebook posts and X posts to say, no, I'm a good one. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, right, Major Hal? It's not going to work. You know how I know it's not going to work? Yesterday in Boston, I'll tell you what was working. Let's go. Federal agents showing up at your front door. Oh, yeah, you know what the feds...
Afternoon, NBC 10 saw multiple unmarked SUVs here. 5 people, some wearing vests that said police federal agents on the back, went inside one of the apartment buildings. 2 agents waited outside, 1 person taken into custody that we saw. Whether this is connected to President Trump's effort to root out illegal immigrants, something he has promised to do, is unknown. We also saw federal agents at a building on Lexington Street, also here in East Boston. A witness there told us she saw 1 person arrested. There's roughly 11 million undocumented people around the country. President Trump has said the priority is finding and deporting those with criminal backgrounds.
So the FJB hats, those won't save you, you Latins for Trump. That's not going to stop ICE. They don't care about that. As far as they're concerned, they probably think you're BLM or Antifa in disguise. Oh, I'm probably going to get into a lot of trouble for that. But guess what? It is what it is. Yeah, and all of your little posts and all of your little lives on TikTok where you're bashing liberals, that's not going to save you. They're going to look at you and they're going to say, like your cult leader said, you look like trouble. Congratulations. You know what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Let's again send these people who voted for Donald Trump, especially my Latin brothers and sisters out there. Let's go ahead and send them straight to the lake of fire once again, because they're going to want us to feel sorry for them. And unfortunately, I just don't have what to give. You know what I'm trying to say. I got to keep it clean. Let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. This is for all of you who voted for Donald Trump and are now crying because he's deporting you, he's deporting your relatives, and you're scared to go to work, even though you champion for this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge round of boos and shame. If you voted for Kamala Harris, though, don't worry, you're great. Thank you. Thank you for voting different.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Let me ask ourselves, for those of you who didn't vote for Kamala Harris, look at where we're at right now. Can we get a temperature check? Do you regret not voting for her now? Or do you think we need to go a little deeper into the abyss? Do you think we need to go a little deeper? Have you all had enough? We kept telling these people we're heading towards. He's taking this country off of a cliff. Whatever your grievance was for not voting for Kamala Harris, it pales in comparison to what you're about to get into. What? Seriously. You know what? I got to share a story, ladies and gentlemen. Should we go? And then I'll open up the box. All right. So Donald Trump yesterday, well, you know what he did. He's cutting the funding off in a lot of federal agencies. And I have some terrible news to share with you, MAGA demons. My Democrat friends, please try not to laugh as I tell you about this story. It came right out of X. It's off of X. It's pure. It's gold. This person is certified Trump supporter. But they're in a lot of pain right now because of some of the stuff Donald Trump has done. Should I share it? Should I share the information? Should I share this story? It's a Trump supporter in distress because of what Donald Trump has recently done. Should I share the story? Because what I don't want to do is scare anyone. Okay, I'll share the story. But before I do, I'm going to give you Trump supporters another chance.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. So if you're still here, I don't take any responsibility for whatever happens. All right. If your feelings get hurt and you end up crying, I don't care. All right. Oh, get to the point or. Let me see. Hold on. Let me talk to this demon real quick. Let me talk to you. You don't talk to Zeus like that. Who do you think you are? I sent you an invite, and obviously you didn't accept my request. That's because you understand who's running things right here, right? And it's definitely not you. So listen, tell them why you're mad. Do me a huge favor and zip it. Sit your special behind down and keep listening to this special broadcast. You just might learn something. You stick to doing what you're doing, all right? Which is obviously being a fool for Donald Trump. And let me finish telling this story, all right? Let me share this story. Some of you may have already heard about it, but you know what? We're going to talk about it today because it's titled, "We Need Your Help." And this is a tweet or a post on X. Attention, President of the United States and Senator Ted Cruz. And it hurts me to read it, honestly. Attention, please help Trump and Ted Cruz. My wife is a nurse and was recently hired by the VA. Our home is packed up. We have a new home, have spent thousands to move our family from Fort Worth to Waco. Following Trump's hiring freeze executive order, VA rescinded her job offer. My wife is in tears and inconsolable, and my family is devastated. It has been my wife's dream to work with needy, disabled veterans. I'm a disabled, hold on, someone's sending me an invite. I don't want to battle right now. Okay, here we go. All right. It's been my wife's dream to work with needy, disabled veterans. I'm a disabled vet. Now our family is lost with no clear path of what to do. Her job was to start in 2 weeks, and they spelled TWO instead of TO, so you know there's something going on up there, right? Her job was to start in 2 weeks, right after we settle in. We are all huge Trump supporters, and I know this was an unintended consequence. I am sure veterans' medical care professionals were not the target of this EO. Please help me get this message to the White House so the president can fix this error. Veterans need not be affected because of our out of control government spending elsewhere. Please help me get this retweet so that real Donald Trump is made aware. Help wanted. You think does anyone out there feel sorry for this guy? Does anyone out there feel sorry for this MAGA demon? I don't. But this is what happens. when you vote for Donald J. Trump, all right, and you vote against your best interest, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send this person, Josh Basham, okay, Basham, Basham, John Basham, all right? You can go ahead and look at this post yourself, and if you want to help him, please do it. But what I'll do is I'll give him the help he needs, and I'll give him the help that he deserves. John, congratulations, you and all of these other Trump supporters, you did this to yourself. Don't you dare ask Big Zeus or anybody for any help, all right? And good luck getting help from Donald J. Trump, because guess what, John? You don't got the billions and millions that all those people around him do, like Elon, and you know. And so guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Let's warm up the lake of fire, all right? And I don't care. I really don't care. This is what we've been saying is going to happen, and you did it to yourself. John, this one's for you.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah. I mean, and this is indicative of what all of us have been saying is inevitably going to happen. All right. And then there's a lot of people who've replied to that post, and boy, oh boy, you've all done an outstanding job helping these MAGA demons understand that it's their hypocrisy that got them in this situation. But you know what I appreciate about John? You know what I appreciate about him? Get this. He didn't mention President Biden. Thank you. You didn't mention President Biden or the Democrats or Kamala Harris. Because like we've been saying, you can't blame them anymore, all right? Now let's get to the box real quick. Oh, and by the way, I'll talk to you. One more thing. This is another thing. During the Sean Hannity interview, those of you who wanted cheaper eggs, Sean Hannity tried to bring that up. And guess what Donald Trump said? He said he doesn't care. Hold on.
Joe Biden has very bad advisors. Somebody advised Joe Biden to give pardons to everybody but him. They wanted to take care of him. Yeah, but sure. They wanted to. I don't care.
They're yelling at me.
This is more important because right now the economy is going to do great.
I want to know about
I'm
the
here, so the economy. But you have to understand, he had bad advisors on almost everything.
Let's get that I don't care in there.
Advisors. Somebody advised Joe Biden to give pardons to everybody but him. They wanted to take care of him. Yeah, but sure. They wanted to. I don't care.
They're yelling at me.
This is more important because
So he doesn't care about the egg prices. So MAGA, get this. He doesn't care about your wives. He's just going to tell them get to the unemployment line. And if there's any money for that, he's going to pull it. And he doesn't care about your egg prices. So ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's give Donald Trump and his supporters another round of boo and shame because they're suffering right now and they still don't get it. I don't care.
Silence,
All right.
you MAGA demon.
Lady Boss Man, W's in the chat. Thank you. All right, if you're a Trump supporter, please go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here. All right, we got an hour to really do this song and dance, all right? And I don't got all day, all right? Have you Trump supporters honestly had enough yet, or do we need to go deeper and deeper? W. Rick in the chat. 4 years of bliss, no matter what he does. Democrats are a disaster. All right, Richard, come on up here, Richard. I'll talk straight up, and you and we can settle our differences, Richard. Come on up here. Yesterday, we had an exercise on this live that I thought was quite interesting. Zeus, can we have some sort of middle ground on any of these issues? I'm still searching for middle ground, and I haven't found it. I'm looking for a Trump supporter. Trump supporters, do you want to have some middle ground yet? These people don't know. These people don't know any better. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up here, and we'll take good care of you. All right, we'll drill, baby, drill. We'll lower your taxes, and we'll make sure by the end of all of this, you'll understand very plainly, very clearly who you should be blaming for the rest of the suffering you're going through. You won't be able to blame Joe Biden. Absolutely not. Lady Boss. All right, thank you. All right, where is MAGA at right now? I've been doing an outstanding job. People have been sending me messages and they say, Zeus, thank you. Thank you so much for what you do in terms of helping us all send these Trump supporters straight to hell. All right, because guess what's been happening? Oh, Oh, we have a Trump supporter. I'm not playing your 3 strikes. All right, Richard. All right, Richard. Thank you. All right. Scott, Democrat. Okay. Come on up here, Scott. Scott, please come on up here. Richard is in my chat right now, crying. I made him cry last. W Zeus in the chat. Scott. Oh, wait. Please leave. Please leave hello out of this. That's right. What do you mean? What do you mean? That's right. Send me a guest request. Send me a guest request. Are you telling me how to run my platform? All right, because guess what? That's a sin in the kingdom, and guess what? That'll get you put in a straitjacket. You don't tell Big Zeus how to run his broadcast. All right, I'm not new to this. I am true to this. Raid, baby. Raid, save New York. Oh, Jake from State Farm. Come on up here, Jake. Jake from State Farm. I would love to finish off this discussion that you got. Zeus, our governor, Mike Braun. Oh, just super strength. Oh, my God. I am so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, but this is the suffering, right, that these people wanted to experience. A lot of people don't understand. You know, there's an old saying, you think fat meat ain't greasy. A lot of the Trump supporters, they don't think fat meat is greasy, but they're finding out right now it is. Imagine that gentleman that I just read about packing up all your belongings and thinking God and Donald Trump were on your side, right? And then you find out the day of, it's all made up. That's how a lot of Trump supporters are going to be. All right. Because guess what? They don't want to talk, but they know we're living in the last days, and it's all because of their choices. And choices have invoices, MAGA. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. Don't worry. Oh, Jenny says she'll talk. All right, Jenny. Come on up here, Jenny. All right, please. Jenny, I sent you an invite. Please come on up here. You know where I stand on all issues. All right. I'm sending invites to these people who are putting 1s in the chat. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, okay. All right. Let's go. Maybe they don't know how to use TikTok. Maybe they don't got, I can't, MJ, you got to send me a guest request directly because I can't send you an invite. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sending them invites, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously, they're having second thoughts about joining this conversation. User, come on up here. It says invitation sent. Mike, I sent you an invitation. Stop pretending like you're these people. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, what's the issue? All right, time out. Let's have an honest conversation with you Trump supporters. What's the issue? What's going on, MAGA? It's not fun anymore. Jenny, I sent you an invite. Jenny, I'm going to do it again. You have to hit accept. Do you not know it? Or send me a guest request where you see the pink and the blue person, all right? I'll bring you right on up here. Oh, I'm the issue, okay? Well, remember, it's not just me. Jeez. I mean, these people are struggling to use TikTok today. It's the most bizarre thing. Now, user, welcome.
Hello, how you doing today?
I'm all right. You voted for Trump, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had enough of the suffering?
What exactly do you want to say? I mean, I mean, both. It's bipartisan politics, right? So I mean, where do you stand there, Big Zeus?
Thank you. Well, I don't think Donald Trump is going to have any issue breaking the law and being held accountable, wouldn't you say? Because he gets the House, he has the Senate, he has the Supreme Court. You know what I mean? And so what's there to stop him from breaking the law, in your opinion?
Yeah, that's pretty amazing that suddenly, for a long time in history that somebody controls both, right?
No. No. It's not just both. It's all branches.
Right.
It's basically his world, right? This is everything that between, I think, him and his supporters, you all imagined this country should be, right? This is kind of what you've wanted. And as you can see, I shared a very sad story. Some of your fellow friends that voted for him are suffering right now.
Let's just define, what do you mean by suffering exactly?
Did you hear the story that I just read earlier, or are you just tuning
I
in?
just joined. I didn't hear.
Yeah, okay. So the guy got a job. His wife got a job at the VA in Texas, and he's actually reaching out to Donald Trump and Ted Cruz and asking them to help him out because this little executive order that Trump passed that included a hiring freeze, right? it turned out that they've basically rescinded his wife's job offer, and so now they're stuck in limbo. They've gotten rid of their house. They've invested in all this money into moving, and now she doesn't have a job. And so he's asking people to help him get in contact with Donald Trump and Ted Cruz so that, he can fix his situation in particular. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And egg prices have gone up, according to Fox Business News, they've gone up 37%.
Yeah,
And I
people
just
are
don't
talking
know
about
how
the
this is
price of
helping
oil.
you all, right? How is this helping you all?
Well, I mean, like particularly just saying it's sort of like picking one point and then
Okay.
an egg point. It's okay, Zeus, right? Do you know what I mean?
I'm just trying to find out what is okay.
Well, I mean,
Could you
yeah,
imagine
good
that
question.
person?
What is okay? I mean,
Yeah.
every administration is sort of on its weird points, right? In the beginning, maybe in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like things are sort of hard to be able to say. It's only been like one transition day or two or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to sort of pick apart truly what's going to happen, right?
Well,
And
let's
and
just
who's
say,
playing behind the scenes as well a little
what,
bit, right?
so everything that's happening in this country right now, you and I can agree it's Donald Trump's. It's on his watch.
Well, it's going on his watch now. I
It
mean,
is.
he did sign a lot of executive orders. I mean, I know a bunch of them. I'm not going to claim like I read all of them. I saw
Yeah.
half of
Yeah.
it or
So
whatever.
everything that's happening now is his fault.
Well, it's going to be under his watch now for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm asking you, like, basically, we're what 3 days in. How are you
Mhm.
feeling, right? I mean, and I'm bringing. What I try to do is I don't like to do the identity politics. Like I can do that on my own, and as you can see,
Right.
I'm really great at it, right? I can do all the. But when we start actually talking about real Americans and real issues, this is kind of what I want to, see and check with you about.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Have,
really into the identity politics
me
either.
either.
We can go point by point and just
Yeah,
talk normal, whatever. That's cool,
yeah.
right?
I'm just trying to get your understanding. Like, how do you feel knowing that there are fellow Trump supporters out there that are currently now suffering as a result of his executive orders? This is stuff that's actually, he's ordered some people, that have been working remotely. You heard about this?
That part I heard about. He called them all back to work, right?
Imagine. So the pandemic happened. A lot of people, they moved. They said, "Oh, I get to work remotely. I get to spend time with my children."
Yeah,
And then,
that's a tricky. That's a bit of a ticklish one there. I mean,
but you understand, they can't just go back to work especially if they're out of state and they got mortgages in these other states.
no, you're right. You're right about having
So,
mortgages and
so
stuff.
who
Like,
does
there's
that
lots of
harm?
passion for people that way, right? But I will say this,
Who
though,
does that
right?
harm though? That harms his own supporters, right? Because imagine, and I hate to go deeper into it, but I want to make it as personal and relatable. You get an email, you're say you're a Trump voter and now you're living in Texas, but your federal job that you had at one point, maybe it was in a different state, and so now you're living in Texas and you're like, I love Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. He gets in the office day one. The next day you wake up, you get an email from your manager and they say, you are now ordered to return back to work. You look at your husband, you look at your kids because they're in school. What do you do?
Right. So I personally understand exactly what you're saying.
What
I
what what,
understand
what
that
would
you're
you do though?
right as you're explaining it to possibly like the chat for understanding purposes. If I want to weigh in on that part of it, which I can, that's it. Like I said, a bit of a ticklish one. It can go either way, but here's the deal, right? I mean, without saying either party regarding that point is a bit tricky. You know why? It's one of these things. Look, I don't know. Well, like, what generation are you? For example, you personally, Zeus.
Yeah.
What? Like, I mean, how old are you roughly?
Well, okay, I can get into that.
No. Okay, I'm not. It's not a
But
trick
I just
question.
have a hard time understanding why are we not getting clear answers? One of the issues that I believe
Here's the deal.
voters
I'm
voters said
gonna- I'm gonna talk-
You're doing that Kamala Harris thing,
No,
what they did
no,
on
no.
CBS where they cut it and edit it. I don't want to do that.
Okay,
Let's
no,
just
that's not
answer
what I'm
these
saying.
questions and get straight into it. Dive into it.
Okay,
Lean
so
into this.
give me a sec, right? the reason why I asked you that question is probably the same question goes to people in the chat. The reason why is just how far your memory extends back. For example, when YouTube was really becoming a thing, right? No. I want to. There's a point to it. No. Please relax for a second. I'm not being debatable. I'm just telling you. There's points to it. For example, when YouTube was invented, right? I always had this feeling, younger generations aren't going to understand that. I'm a Gen X guy, right? So younger generations aren't going to really understand it. Where the point is, when YouTube came, I'm like, oh wow, cool. A lot of people started monetizing, doing stuff, this and that, and then to me personally, I started kind of getting this weird feeling, right? Which is like, geez, do you really want to put all your eggs into that one basket?
User, I'm going to have to stop you, all right? Because I'm on a short time schedule, and I would love to dive deeper into those answers and get into how YouTube was founded and what you were thinking. But I just need, I was just concerned that what you're doing. I'm not a psychologist or anything, but I think what you're seeing is you see this very traumatic thing happening, and you're going, I can't deal with that, so I want to deal with this. I don't know what you call that, but my question was pure, and it came from a good place. I'm seriously concerned about the well-being of people and their families that are now going to be impacted, that they're being impacted because of this executive order. They have to uproot their entire lives and make a critical decision. Either I go into work or I'm unemployed. And
I can see that the chat is saying deflection, right? So I'll say straight to the point. You cannot expect to be at home. That was my point from the YouTube thing. You cannot expect to be at home just because one presidency said one thing. Obviously, as time goes on, if you're old enough, you'll see that things change from party to party. Now,
so in other words, you don't feel bad for your fellow Trump supporter.
It's not about feeling bad. It's about you kind of making choices. Like, you have to realize that party.
Well, why is he asking for help? He should be on the same type of time you're on, right? He should have known, like, oh, okay, Daddy said get back to work. Cool. Wife, let's go. He said do it. Why is he asking for help? That's the only issue I have.
Well, people working at home because of the entire Rona thing. It sucked. It sucked. It's nice to be at home, but it sucks that was the kind of things that were going on. So now being at home, right, doing your work, it's cool. That's great. You're with your kids. I get it, right?
And can I say this? Should he have thanked President Biden for allowing him to be at home and doing that?
What do you mean by beg him?
Now, I said, should he have thanked President? I didn't say beg. I said thanked. Thanked, right? So Biden allowed him to work at home. And what did he do with the grace that President Biden gave him?
What did he do? Remind me.
He voted for Donald Trump. Because in his mind, Biden was weak. In his mind, Biden was terrible. But look at this. Biden allowed him to spend time, him and his wife, to spend time with their kids and live their lives. And he was ungrateful. You see how God's working?
Well, I really wish that everybody could.
You see, wait. You didn't answer my question.
Okay, well, how do you want me to answer?
You see how God is working with you, Trump supporters, and helping y'all understand the errors of y'all ways. I'm just trying to make sure we get this understood on TikTok. He was working at home comfortably. Thanks to President Biden. He goes out because of the evil and the wickedness in his heart, votes for someone he identifies with that has the same level of evil and wickedness or more, and thinks this person is actually going to allow him to work from home and do a lot more other things. Yesterday, he just found out that was all fantasy.
Well,
you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but at some point, was it not like in anybody's mind that sooner or later probably you're going to have to go to work? The reason why?
I'm gonna stop that lie right there in its tracks.
Look,
I knew it.
The sentence.
We all of us fellow Democrats, we knew Donald Trump was an incompetent leader, and he has no clue what he's doing. And by the way, we haven't even gotten into pausing the research funding that he's done. That's going to cause a lot of harm. That's why I was asking you, user, have you all really had enough yet, or do we need to go deeper?
Can I ask you a question though?
Sure.
Okay, but what's the difference now? But please, though, like, let's just think about this for a second, right? It's not, again, bipartisan. It's a question. If I'm a guy that works in the office, I can stay at home. If I'm a guy that has to put together plane parts or something that's physical, and I'm not at home, because that's the way the job goes. How is that cool with, again,
If you're one of those folks that actually has to be at work because the job duties really require you to be at work, you've already been at work. You were an essential employee. I get that. We're talking about somebody, user, whose life has been significantly altered as a result of their ability to work remotely. And now they're in a situation where they're literally on Elon Musk platform asking for someone to get his story to Donald Trump so Donald Trump can dial it back a little bit and give him a little bit of relief, because he has to look at his wife, the one he voted to take her rights away from her. And now he has to look at her and say, yeah, the guy we voted for screwed us. He's not going to say it yet because he hasn't had enough, but that's really what's happening. You can't blame President Biden, because I've already made it clear to you, it was due to Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris's grace and mercy, the real God in them, that allowed for him to invest all that time with his wife and his children. You know what I mean? And it was the greed, it was the wickedness, it was the evil in his heart.
but what do you suggest, like, that he was, that, if he made an order like that, okay, whatever he did, I don't know, like, I mean,
He did.
right?
He did. Come on, man.
But what exactly
still don't
your
know.
suggestion? What would you do in place of that, right?
If I were him, I'd show up.
4 years.
If I were him, if I was that Trump supporter, I wouldn't have put a message up like that. I'd have just said, Daddy said we gotta move, and I would have moved. End of discussion. No crying. Tighten up. That's what I would have did. You get what I'm trying to say? Y'all need to stop crying about stuff that y'all already knew was going to happen. Because remember, you all are the geniuses, right? Democrats, demon rats. You always caught all the names. You got all of the childish behavior figured out, but you don't got governing figured out. You don't got policies figured out. We still have egg prices going up. All right. You got people being rounded up. And guess what? This new Lake and Riley Act, this law that they just passed, I went over it and I did a live about it. You don't even have to get convicted for them to deport you. All you got to do is be suspicious. All you got to do is be arrested, and boom, there you go. And it doesn't matter if they nabbed the wrong person. If you fit the description, If you fit the description, there you go. Imagine looking your wife in the eyes and your children in the eyes and helping and saying to them, like, yeah, Donald Trump said, I got to go. And they're going to sit there and go, but you voted for him. You had us all in here voting for him. You're telling me this is what he's doing to us? When are y'all going to wake up? This is serious stuff.
Well, I don't know. It's an order. I don't know. Like, people make orders, right?
All right. Fair enough. Well, listen, user, we had a great conversation. I'm not really getting any answers, but I don't want to waste too much of your time. And I truly, truly thank you for at least getting up here and trying to defend something that you and I both know is pretty difficult to defend, especially when you know it impacts your own fellow Trump supporters.
Oh, you're great, Zeus. You're great. I harbor no bad.
I don't either.
Yeah, no.
I don't either, but I got to take care of some very important business, all right? Because unfortunately, the lake of fire awaits.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't answer those questions in that way. I just think that both parties have their own.
No. I can't see. I can't bring the both parties angle in. This is Donald Trump's America. And as far as I'm concerned, Trump supporters failed to recognize how great they had it under Joe Biden. And it was the wickedness and it was the greed in their heart that made them think that they could actually get more by putting somebody in like Donald Trump, when it was very clear he was unqualified. It's very crystal clear. You don't get impeached twice in your first term. Honestly, end it with an insurrection and a pandemic. I gotta keep it clean. And then somehow trick people into vote. I mean, this is some serious, evil, wicked stuff. You get what I mean? And y'all gotta wake up. I could have went into more things about Trump, but I think I don't like doing that as much anymore. I think it's clear, and if you don't know about them at this point, use Google and look up. You got AI as well. You don't need to take my word for it. Go look this stuff up yourselves. All
Yeah,
right.
you know, I'd rather people unifying the whole country. I
Oh,
don't even want to go backwards into Joe Biden. I mean, what like? I
yeah,
mean,
you should.
how much
You don't want to
bad
go
is
back
this
into Joe Biden because you would have to acknowledge he was very gracious. Because if he wanted to
guy?
be petty, Joe Biden and Kamala, when they first got into office, they could have said no remote working. I didn't know remote working was going to be that thing that got to you all. But now that I know that, this is going to be something I don't let go. Yeah, y'all better get to work. I mean, to the folks who didn't vote for Donald Trump and you voted for Kamala Harris and you're being harmed by this, this is very sad. It's a very sad situation. And I don't want to minimize the impact that it's having on you because you knew this would potentially happen and you were trying to prevent it. But for those who actually ignored all of the speed bumps, all of the red light, the yellow lights, and just plowed through and did this, oh no. Oh no. You got to deal with this. You got to deal with this. All right, user. Now I'm going to warm up the lake of fire, buddy.
All
And
right, let someone else.
all right, all right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's that previous guest. He really did try very, very gently, but I think he came to the same conclusion. You Trump supporters, you're screwed. And congratulations, you played yourself. So let's warm up the lake of fire. And this is for anybody else out there who hasn't figured it out yet. But congratulations, you played yourself voting for this guy. Let's give him a huge round of boos and shame.
Silence, you
Now,
MAGA
now,
demon.
and again, it doesn't matter which MAGA demon gets in my box. Have you had enough? Is the real question. W in the chat, Lady Boss. Have you Trump supporters had enough yet? Eggs haven't gone down, they've gone up. All right, people are being rounded up for whatever the reason is and being subjected to these mass deportations. If you don't got enough money to pay for the lawyers and stuff, guess what? You're gone. You're out of here. And you're not going to be able to trick these people into making them think, oh, well, I'm a Trump supporter, so he's not going to get me. I just gave you a real example. A real Trump supporter who can't work remotely anymore. And I guarantee you, if I were his wife, that would be grounds for a divorce, right? W. Joe Biden in the chat. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's move it on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it on. All right, all right, all right. I gotta balance it out. All right. Hey, Takesha, how are you doing?
Hey
Yes,
Zeus,
yes.
it's the entitlement for me in that little tweet. See, what he said was, yeah, it was gonna affect other people, and I didn't care nothing about that. But it
Oh,
wasn't gonna affect me. But now it's affecting me. Now I need jail.
W,
Zeus,
Takesha. Tell him, Takesha.
Zeus,
Talk to him.
Zeus.
Talk to him, Takesha. They need
It
to
was
learn
all
something.
good. It was all good in the hood when it was gonna affect them other folks. But
Uh huh.
now that it's standing on the welcome mat of my door, this ain't fair.
Mm.
This ain't fair.
Ooh.
That's a MAGA for you. They
That
thought
part.
they thought it was just gonna affect other folks. They didn't think it was gonna touch them because they wearing their hats and they getting their trucks wrapped and they got the
Woo.
tattoos and they taking their children college funds,
Hallelujah.
running
Talk to him.
around to the rap.
This is some of that good word, you Trump supporters. Y'all better listen to Takesha. This might wake you up.
Boy, they thought it was gonna profit them.
Yeah. Speak on it.
Woo!
Yeah.
What does it profit a man?
Talk to
Come
him.
on now, to
Yeah, get
game
it.
Donald Trump and lose your whole house.
Woo!
Come on, Zeus.
Hallelujah.
Come on, Zeus.
Go ahead, Takesha. He thought Trump was going to help his relationship.
Man, Trump ain't even finna look at that letter. Trump ain't even finna look at that tweet. What he told Hannity last night. I don't care nothing about no economy. I want to talk about Joe Biden. Man, Joe Biden is gone. Let it go. No, he didn't pardon himself. He didn't have a reason to. You
Thank
need to
you.
go sit down and talk about the economy. Because Zeus, if I can remember,
Talk to him, Takesha.
he said day one, eggs was going down.
Oh yeah.
Zeus, so I went to the grocery store
Talk to him.
after day one.
Uh huh.
Tuesday, Zeus,
Let's go. Let's
because I
go.
wanted to make me a little egg sandwich.
That part.
And I said, you know what? I know these eggs by 150. You know, because they $8 in Alabama. Well, they
Oh,
went up this morning again.
get
But at
eight
that
dollars.
time, Zeus,
Uh
at
huh.
that time, 18 count was $8.
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah, oh yeah, Zeus. That's what they was.
Wow.
Now they probably about 11.
Woo!
I'm telling you about Zeus.
Say so.
Check it out. I went Tuesday.
Yeah.
I said Donald Trump said day one, eggs was going down.
That part.
I ain't even look at the price, Zeus.
You
Because I
just went
figured they
in
had
like
them
this.
price wrong.
That part.
I picked up me 3. Lord have mercy.
What happened?
When I rung them up, Zeus, it said $25. I
Oh.
know you lying.
Oh Lord. No.
I must
No.
have added.
No.
Listen,
Talk to them. No, they didn't,
they
Keisha.
had added too many zeros. I was sure of it. I
Yeah.
said, hey, the register done added an extra zero. Because I know these 3 cartons of eggs gotta be $2.50.
Right.
The lady said, no. They didn't go down. I said, what's Trump's number? Because he said they was, Zeus. So,
Right.
I'm going to go today, because that report on Fox got to be a lie.
Yeah.
It got to be a lie, Zeus, because,
It's
day one.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give him the
You
benefit.
think Fox is lying though? Honestly though, because they
You know
said it went
they
up
known for lying.
37%.
They
It's
known for lying, and that's what the MAGA gonna say. They gonna say,
dang.
well, you really can't trust the media.
Wow.
Till they go in there with their cookie jar that ain't got but $1.17 in it, and
Yeah.
try to buy a carton of eggs and can't.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wow.
Then they gonna make a
Wow.
tweet. They gonna make a tweet. President Trump,
I'm trying not to laugh.
President Trump, save us. I ain't got but 4 slices of cheese. My daughter can't even make a sandwich because I gotta save this cheese for lunch. Get back now because I need a pack of cheese, President
Woo!
Trump.
W Takesha. So Takesha, you don't feel sorry for these people. It sounds like
Let me tell you something, Zeus. I've been on Black MAGA head since yesterday. Where's the lady that used to get up here and challenge me and say her eggs was $11 in her state? Where's she at, Zeus?
she real quiet right now, ain't she?
Let me tell you something,
She
Zeus.
real
You don't
quiet.
think she got a job as a man? She ain't say a word, Zeus. I'm waiting on them.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
They radio silent right now. They sitting there and they going, ooh, I think we done messed up. That's what they saying. Oh my God, I didn't know Donald Trump was really going to come through like that. I thought he was just going to sneak in and do a little of this and a little of that. He coming through with the whole issue. You see how they acting?
Let me tell you something.
No,
Let me
Scott,
tell
she's
you.
right. She's right, Scott. And if you take Keisha's line,
Baby, I
you
ain't
come up
stand-
here and talk to
I
her.
ain't stand toilet tissue. Listen to me. It's affecting the people of color,
Yep.
and it's affecting those white women that voted for him. Now y'all ain't finna get no job. Now y'all ain't finna get paid right. Y'all ain't finna get no equal pay. Y'all ain't finna get, but see, you thought it was just for black folk and
Oh.
brown folk. Y'all
Oh.
thought y'all was exempt because y'all had the same little pale skin he got. But if you ain't got no money to give him, you ain't hitting no nothing. And that $19 and them $1,000 you pay him, that ain't never but a penny to him. So if
Bingo.
you ain't the rich and famous, you ain't famous.
That part. That part, Takesha. You've ruined these people's minds this morning with
Zeus, I'm gonna
this.
keep on laughing because it's funny.
It is. It is. It really is. So I'm doing the same thing, and I was trying to tell that previous guest, what can you look at? How can you look at your family and say Donald Trump is helping us, especially after he put them in such a nasty situation? I just don't think they're able to do it. Do you?
And guess what, Zeus?
What's that?
There's more to come. Veterans for Trump, get ready. Get ready. You're gonna be loyal.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, like
You gonna
TD
put your
Jakes used to
flag
say.
at half stack, and I'm gonna go in your yard and push it right back up to the top so you can celebrate. Yeah.
That part. That
Veterans
part.
for Trump.
That
All
part.
right, Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. W Takesha in the chat. Takesha, you know TD Jakes. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. You remember that? All right, that's what you Trump supporters better do, especially Blagga. All right, y'all have sinned, and this is the greatest sin on top of slavery. If you ask me, black folks out there, the greatest sin in this country on top of slavery, because slavery is the greatest, one of the greatest sins, I should say, is black people voting for Donald Trump. Greatest sin, as far as I'm concerned. You're lucky. You're lucky because if when you take your last breath on this earth, right, and you get to go meet your maker. I wish I could just be right there, and you know what I would do? He voted for Donald Trump. That's what I would do. I'd snitch right there. W Zeus in the chat. And I see some people out there, and they're triggered by the way that I'm running my broadcast, and that's because they don't like the truth. All right. Well, guess what? I gave you a bit of a heads up, but if you need a friendly reminder,
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
yeah, you ungrateful folks. You are some. Just the thought about this person, it's bothering me because when I read this story, and I just said, "You ungrateful person, you were so ungrateful to President Biden." You MAGA demons. This is why I say y'all some evil people, because wicked people don't know that we all see that they're wicked. And all these things end up happening to them. And they go, why does this keep happening to me? It's because the wickedness, right? I mean, oh, Donald Trump, he went through so much and he ended up becoming president. That's the devil at work. And you all got to see the devil at work. And the devil has convinced a lot of you that Donald Trump surviving all of that stuff was somehow evidence that he's, I'm going to leave that alone. Oh, Christy, come on up here real quick, Christy. Come on up here, Christy. I'll talk to you real quick. If you don't mind, Christy, please, Christy, come right on up here. And what I'll do is I'll allow you to get it off of your chest, whatever it is that you believe, and we'll go from there. And but guess what, Christy? You didn't wanna come up, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send Christy straight to hell. Christy, congratulations. You played yourself voting for Donald Trump. Your suffering is soon to come. You'll be suffering. She'll be suffering.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, if you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. We got about 30 more minutes, and then Zeus honestly has to get up out of here. Put a 1 in the chat, and I'll bring you right on up here. And again, please answer the questions, all right? Because people listen to this show. Yeah, I get it. It's a bit entertaining and it's a bit informative and educational, but people come in here because they want to learn. They want to know what's really happening in America. You're not going to get this stuff on Fox News or CNN or MSN. You're gonna have to talk to people. And what I'm trying to find out is, have you had enough? Good morning.
What's up?
You voted for Trump?
Indeed, I did.
Well, you asked me what's up the egg prices.
I like to. I know you guys were talking about the egg prices, and she mentioned about sandwiches and everything, and it kind of jogged my memory about prices and everything. But stats.
How old are you?
I'm
Or
25.
what age? You're 25. Oh, you got a lot of living to do still. Okay.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay. Did you vote in the previous election?
Yes, I did.
And you voted for Trump?
Yep.
Your family did that too, huh?
Some parts of my family were Dems, and they've converted to Republican.
Oh, okay. And what part of the country are you in?
Midwest.
Midwest. Okay. Fair enough. I'm just trying to think about what I was doing at 25. I wasn't really engaged in politics, to be honest with you, but it's good that you're doing that.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm going to try to keep this a very respectful live. I appreciate you keeping me at least having the opportunity to come up on here.
Yeah.
I've been on a lot of lives, and I've seen how some of the lives are. Some of them are very toxic, very gaslighting. So I do appreciate it to be very formative and very respectful.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. And it just shows that Democrats aren't who people are saying we've been, right?
There's good and bad, both sides. That's, that's the way life is, sadly. But there's good and bad, both sides. That's the way life is, sadly. But
I mean, there's good and bad in both sides, and I just think that regular people should be able to honestly identify when they see bad things and then accurately be descriptive of it and stuff like that. And I think that's the issue a little bit in this country. Actually, a lot, depending on what side you're on. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Like for instance, what is it? What's going on when you can't actually acknowledge that someone is a terrible leader? Like, and then you start making excuses for why they're a terrible leader. That to me is kind of one of the most fascinating things about where we're at in this country, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say some people are in denial. That's being in denial, and then they choose to disbelieve it. See, for me as a 25-year-old, and what I really wanted to say in the very beginning is that, yeah, I appreciate you saying that I'm 25 and I'm involved in politics. Sadly, the reason why I do believe, as in my opinion, is that the reason why we're so segregated and we're so separated with each and including me, you, and everybody in this live, is because of there's no how should I say it? There's no mutual agreements.
Okay,
There are
common
some.
ground.
There's not like a come together moment.
Common ground.
Yeah, like 9/11
We should
happened.
we should
9/11
be
happened.
able we should have common ground. It's so interesting you brought that up. I had a guest up here, and were you here yesterday? Did you see the show? Or is it
Negative.
okay? So, this is a person who's frequented my show quite a bit, and he said, "Zeus, why can't we just have some common ground?" And so I threw a couple of things out there at him, and then I just wanted to get his opinion about it. And by the end of that discussion, I didn't think we really made any progress in terms of common ground. You know what I mean? And I think it's really difficult because of the different schools of thought out there around serious issues. One serious issue in particular would be like the results of the 2020 election. Wouldn't it be safe, or wouldn't it be fair to say like Donald Trump lost that and it was a safe and fair election?
Well, that's the thing, is like, for me, as in for me, my morals, my values, where I stand, where I find information, and what I believe in. Uh, from what I believe and what I see, I do believe that Biden did win, but I also did find and did see firsthand, um, for TikTok purposes in your life, I did find, which I'll give you a little information about
Well,
me.
okay, so how do you say running deers, running deers?
Yep, that's correct. That's correct.
We have to be able to agree on facts, whether we like them or not. What's your
Yep.
favorite team? You have you follow sports?
Yeah, I do.
What's your favorite team? We're not going to get
For the Packers.
okay. So say the Packers, play against the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bears beat them by 1 point. You would be man enough to say we lost,
Yeah.
even though that hurts you like hell.
Yeah, and I
Would you
think
would
that
you would you would you say, oh well, we lost, but we only lost because the refs, it was a rigged
no,
game.
no.
So you would take that you would take that L.
That comes down to
You would take the L.
well, yeah. But the point that I'm trying to make after your question is that it's based on morals and your values. As in,
No, okay, no.
as in my belief,
No.
as in my belief is that it comes from values, because how
Running deers, you're running right now. Let's stick to the sense of just being in the real world. You would have to take the L if your favorite team lost.
correct.
And there's no moral issue, there's no values issue. You would have to walk off the field a loser. But the thing is, some people are raising their kids to think that taking an L, you don't got to do that. You can just mentally trick yourself into saying I won, and that's how you live life. And that's unacceptable for a lot of people. Nowhere else, you can't go into your bank. Oh, I believe I have $1,000 in there, so I'm living like I got 1,000. If there's not $1,000 in there, you got to take that L, bro.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
So
I want to try to hit the nail on the head. So
what's the nail in the head at this point?
My point and my remark to what you said is that I do believe that it comes down to morals and values, because there are some people that are in denial. That they're never losers. They're always winners, or there's always an outcome. It's I wouldn't say disbelief or being in denial, but it's also
Okay.
them.
I gotta get this thing back on track.
Yeah. So
We're trying to find We're trying to find common ground.
I know.
I
But
personally
you're directing.
listen. No. I can't
Go ahead.
afford to spend hours upon hours, months and years trying to agree on things that are clear and simple. Either you won or you lost. Move on. and you're having a very, very difficult time accepting a situation like losing. So how do you ask for common ground when I'm willing to be a loser if I lost, but you can't be? How do you think there's going to be common ground? What more do I need to give you? You want me to go into your world of delusion? Off limits. It's never going to happen. It's non-negotiable. You know what I'm trying to say?
Dude,
the only person that
really
needs to give is you.
If you let me speak, I would say that I agree with you. I just do. From my opinion, is that other people see it in a different perspective, which that is facts. Everybody has
I get
different
that
perspective. So if you were to let me speak, I would say yes, I agree, but I'm not delusional. I'm a person, as in my values, as in me, my morals. I stand on my business, and the problem with society today is that people don't like to lose, and especially this, and you know this because of politics. Nobody wants to be told that they're wrong. People want to be told that, hey, yeah, you're right. Nobody wants to be told that they're doing something wrong, and you know that, and that's factual because look at politics. That's a perfect example. I mean, we're on this live and we're debating, and nobody wants to be held accountable. Like, hey, you're wrong, you're right. Blah blah blah. But hold on. I want to ask one question to you, and I know that you got this format and you got this formative, this way of doing this live.
Well, you're taking too long to make your points, bro.
I just wanted to ask you in front of 2.0.
You're taking too long to make your points. You got to learn how to do it.
Okay, so if you believe that Biden was such a good president, then how come Mike Johnson did an interview with a news reporter and how Mike Johnson said, hey, I had this interview with Biden, and Biden didn't have any recollection of him banning liquid gas down in Texas. And Biden even said, I don't recall it. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So you're going to believe a senile is one of the best people for this country? Straight up. That's it. And you cannot say that's false. You cannot say that's false information. That is live. It's been on TV. He even went on and said it. Please tell me why he, in that moment, after him being, through that interview with Biden, would make him a good president.
So first of all, Mike Johnson is a liar.
Nope.
That's the issue.
There's your denial.
No, it's not my denial.
There's your denial. You think he's gonna lie as in that? Okay, fine. Let's
say, I don't know if you just got here running deers, but listen. Hold on. I gotta mute you. Listen, young man.
Say he did lie. Hold on. I want to say.
No. I've listened to this nonsense and you're just getting up here and you're acting like this is therapy hour. I'm trying to actually have a serious conversation with you.
I know, but that's towards the direction of your conversation.
It was your point. I didn't bring Mike Johnson up.
It's manipulative what you're doing.
I didn't bring Mike Johnson up. You did.
I know, but you're
you have a problem with liars. Is that what you're suggesting? And then this is where the conversation is. Congratulations, running deer. You voted for the biggest liar on the face of the earth. Congratulations, you played yourself. It's your logic. You have no morals. You have no values. And I've listened to you. I've listened.
A different opinion doesn't mean I don't have any values.
Well, you're entitled to your own opinion, and I will never take that from you. I'm a very respectful person. I would never say you don't have, and you're not entitled to your opinion. But you're not correct when it comes to these facts that we're trying to discuss. Every time I throw a fact out here, you go off into la la land. And you know what? That's a psychological issue, and you need to get therapy for that, because here's what's going to happen to you. You're going to end up like this Trump supporter I just talked about at the very beginning of this broadcast, whose wife and him are now struggling to make ends meet because guess what? They got to return to work because of Donald Trump's executive order.
And you should go back to work.
Yeah, but see,
lazy ass and working at home.
But see, guess what he was unappreciative of? The so-called senile person that you're referring to as President Biden that allowed him to work at home and be with his wife and kids. His greed got him into that position to where he thought, oh, if I vote for Donald Trump, not only will I be able to work from home, but I'll be able to embrace the so-called golden age. Well, what does the golden age look like to somebody who now has to uproot their family and go back to work? And they might end up getting a divorce. You haven't had any of those real life experiences. Running
comes
deer. You haven't had any of these real life experiences right now.
Well,
So what you're doing, I'm just going to keep talking to
something-
you because I got to talk to the people out there. You did good just talking to me and giving me the information, but this is where I take over. You did great putting it all out there and letting us all know what you believe, but your beliefs aren't based actually in any kind of application or any reality. Real Trump supporters are suffering right now, running deers, because of Donald Trump's executive orders. And you can't blame President Biden. Wait. You can't blame President Biden or Kamala Harris. And get this, they got the same values as you, and they're still suffering. Congratulations, bro. You've playing yourself. You're 25. It's not too late. It's not too late for you to learn how to use the internet and start looking up this stuff on your own. I get it. You don't trust Zeus. You don't trust the Democrats. But what you should be able to do is trust yourself to look up things and get the information yourself so you don't show up, as my good friend Ange says, unprepared. You're not going to get up here and convince anybody in their right mind that Donald Trump's executive orders that are clearly harming his own supporters actually are helping them. Well, the only reason you'll do that is if you're possessed with the MAGA demon, bro.
You know what?
All right?
You know what? For his executive order to literally.
Did you hear anything I said? This guy got those fact blockers on. That MAGA
Trump's
demon.
Executive order to send illegal immigrants back. That's good. That's good.
Okay. Until you understand how it impacts you.
For him,
sir, running deers.
Executive, what is it?
I got to talk to him. Sir, running deers, do me a huge favor. Go into your Google search engine, if you got that, and just type in impact of mass deportations, and then tell me what you get.
Hey, my question is, do you believe
so you're going to believe Mike Johnson. So guess what, running deers? I guess we're not able to find common ground.
Hold on.
We're not able to find common ground, running deers.
Let me ask you one
question. So guess what I'm going to do?
Here. I'll let you go.
Wait, can I ask this one question? Have we found common ground?
I said that first.
Have we found common ground?
Yes.
Where?
We've came across a few.
Where?
And that is based on accountability, moral values of right and wrong. I mean, that's very simple.
You think so? So you believe Donald Trump's morally he's morally bankrupt like I do?
And identifying values.
So you believe Donald Trump is morally bankrupt like I do?
No.
Oh,
that's
so you just lied like Mike Johnson. I'm gonna call you Mike Johnson Jr. if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Johnson Jr. And you know what I got to do? You sound like a cool person, bro. But when it comes to politics,
since you asked that question,
you're worse than Snuggles.
Can I ask you one last question?
What is it?
You asked me one. All right. So okay. So I mentioned about Mike Johnson. Okay.
It's warming up in case you didn't know.
What about the director?
Well, listen, running deers, come on back. You're Mike Johnson Jr. You could come on back. I got a show to run. You got people out here that support you, so that's great. But unfortunately, you got a lot to learn. The reality is, Mike Johnson Jr., you're going to be suffering like this gentleman is suffering with his wife and kids because Donald Trump's executive orders have kicked in, and he goes, oh, I voted for the wrong person. All right, so this is for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send him straight to hell. Good. This is for you, Mike Johnson Jr. They can't defend it. They can't defend this stuff. They know they can't. And again, I take my word for this, Trump supporters. Every single thing you think Donald Trump is going to do to help you is going to backfire, and it's actually going to cause you harm. All right, he's pausing the funding for research. A lot of the research that's done in this world behind closed doors in these buildings you drive past every day saves millions and millions of lives. But somewhere along the way, you've all been convinced that Donald Trump knows more about research than everybody else who spent their entire life dedicated to these disciplines. Oh, we want to cut government spending. Okay, great. How many people in the United States depend on the government? I don't need the government. You know, I went into a live, and it was the saddest thing. I don't need the government. But these people are getting, those SNAP benefits, right? These people are depending on the government for their Social Security. I don't need the government. There's too much. They don't understand how the government works. And they're going to be doing exactly what this other guy is doing. Oh, that's connected to the government. That's connected to affordable care. Oh my God, I've played myself. And this is what this show is all about now. Have you had enough of the suffering? Have you had enough of the suffering? You know, there is a path to moving forward and getting out of this situation, but you know what you got to do? And the Democrats gave it to you, if you want to believe that. You got to draft up those articles of impeachment at some point. You already got the evidence that he's a criminal. All right. I mean, if you want to talk about holding them accountable, you got the evidence. You know what you got to do. All right. But if you guys want to continue to play this game, all right, I'm right here for it. Hey, you know what? If you like it, I love it. W Zeus in the chat. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. All right, let me bring up the next panelist. All right, I got to bring up my good friend Shay. Welcome, Shay. How are you doing?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
Trash bait. What do you want to talk about? I'm doing all right.
Good. Oh God, no, we're not bringing you up. There's nothing you can add to our conversations.
We already cooked them.
Yeah, no.
But you can put it in the chat though. Put it in the chat, trash bait. I might look at it and respond if you got a serious question.
You have the patience of Job, my friend.
Oh, I'm out. This woman's voice can peel two. Your friend Joe said that. He said your voice can peel two.
Yeah, he doesn't like intellectual women. We get it.
Oh, W Shay in the chat. Hey Joe, wherever you go, come back and get my order straight before you come back. All right, you know what I ordered. Bring it back and make sure there's not one fry missing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, let's talk about. So we've got the canceling of DEI, which most people don't understand what DEI is, and then because we had somebody up in our box, and I said I do DEI work. Do you want to ask me what it is? Nah, it's just. I said, what do you think it is? And he said, it's the destruction of white America. And I just busted out laughing. And I turned on my camera and I said, why in the world would I, right? Looks white and is white. I'm also, anyway, my father's white. So I don't need to go through all my stuff. But regardless, why in the world would I be on board destroying, white people? That makes no sense.
Right.
And then you have the revoking of the EEO from the 1965 Civil Rights Act.
Mm-hmm.
So that's equal employment opportunity.
You're bringing up DEI stuff, Shay? Is that what you just... Okay, well, there's a new meaning for DEI. Did you know there's a new meaning?
What's that?
There you go. Let me see if I can get this thing straightened up. And and I want you to weigh in on what you think about this meaning of DEI, all right?
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. Do I not have it? Oh, my gosh. Let me see if I can find it, all right? Let me see. Hold.
Yeah, just so y'all know, DEI is merit-based. It always has been. It always has been. All it is it is an attempt to understand, for companies to understand that if you hire diversity, which is not people based on skin color, it's also religious, it's also women, it's also men, it's also people with autism, people with disabilities, people from all over, race, gender, it doesn't matter, that you have a 33% more production.
You see that?
That's what it is. Oh.
Y'all see that? Is that
Eric and Ivana?
That's the real DEI right there.
Yeah, no, it is. That's exactly what, when you think about it, and all the work that I've done, what we've discovered in a lot of these corporations is that they're hiring their friends, right?
Yeah, they want to know who that is.
Not what you know.
That's DEI right there.
That is DEI. That's exactly what that is. So that's what y'all need to absolutely understand, that DEI was an understanding that if companies could see that they could diversify their workplace, have an inclusive environment, right, that your company will succeed. that it will make more money, more profit, more everything. We've proven it time and time again that that is exactly what that is. And so what we've discovered when we break down into groups and everything, and we work with the companies, and these are all SLT teams and all that kind of stuff, which is senior leadership. These are all managers within these very large companies. And they break it down, and they basically will see, and they'll say, listen, a lot of times people hire who they know. Like if you came from McKinsey, or you came from BP, or you came from wherever, a lot of times you go and ask your buddy that you used to work for and hire them in.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times what happens. And this is a fact. And so that's what we really look at is, you know, if you're going to, and also how it matters in the hiring situations, but it's all based on merit. It's an absolute lie. Now, are there companies that sometimes sit there and go, oh, no, I got a mandate, so I'm just going to hit a mandate? Yeah, there's lazy managers out there, guys.
Facts.
There is.
Facts.
There's lazy, you know, people that run their staff and then just, you know, they get trained and then they get hired. And that's what we see a lot of times.
There you go.
Like, oh, okay, so I just got to look for a black person. I'll just, no, come on.
Yeah.
That's not what the system is about. That's not what it's intended.
It's not a waste of time and money. It's about helping people like you, Billy, understand America's a lot bigger than your little place you live at, and you know where you live at.
Well, yeah.
You've never left wherever you're from, Billy. I know it. So how are you going to get exposure to folks like myself or like Shay? Seriously.
Exactly.
People don't know any better.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got people in here that do HR work. They'll tell you that this is exactly what this is. And that's why, so when you have that down, and then you have the EEO, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why is he revoking the equal employment opportunity as well? Why?
Why? Because he wants to see his supporters suffer like he did.
Well,
if he
yeah,
can do it, if he can go through it, y'all can go through it. Yeah, I get it.
So every woman, every person of color, every, you know, Muslim, whatever, all of you're going to see this is going to be a problem. And if you don't think that this isn't a problem, then why do we have bakeries that are denying, you know, to make a cake for the LGBTQIA couple?
That part.
This stuff exists. It still exists. So when you take this away, you're only hurting yourself.
That part.
You're only hurting people. And so when we talked about Project 2025, you guys kept saying that he didn't have anything to do with it. You're already seeing all these executive orders absolutely playing along with Project 2025. And that's what we've just said to you guys, FAFO the whole time. This is what we're going to be talking about. Okay, everything we warned you about, and now, according to him, he tells Sean Hannity he's on a revenge tour. He doesn't want to focus to help you at all.
Nope, not at all.
He is mad.
Billy, he's coming for you, Billy Buckeye. He's coming for you. You don't know it, but whatever you're getting right now, that Social Security is on its way out of here. You better enjoy it. And you're not being able to work from home if you had a work from home job. It's sad, but it's really true.
Exactly. And why is he on a revenge tour? Nobody made him take documents. Nobody made him make phone calls to Georgia.
Nope.
Nobody made him try to pay off a porn star to win
an
election.
There's your values, Mike Johnson Jr. Those are those values we're talking about that you tried to get up here and try to defend against Zeus and then try to say, can't we just find some common ground? Absolutely not. Well, listen, Shay, I got to get up out of here, all right? W in the chat for Shay. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. I do hate to do it, but Zeus does have to get up out of here and depart, because I got other affairs to tend to. All right, but boy, oh boy, wasn't this one of the best shows we've had in a while, right? Actually, they're all great, and I'm going to cut it short. Sorry I didn't get to bring all of you up here, but, you know, you got to take care of business, right? But before I get up out of here, I want to give you all a round of applause, especially to all of the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. I'll be back tomorrow, same Zeus time, same Zeus channel, and I'll do the full show. All right, but I also want to give one last round of booze and shame, and it goes out to all of my haters out there. I call them Zeus haters. These people, they get on this app, TikTok, All right. And then they host lives all about me and all about all of my friends that are here. Those of you in the comments, they talk about you. They talk about the panelists that come up here and expose their hypocrisy. These people are the worst of the worst. I don't know what it is, right? Either there's something wrong up there, right up here, or these people are completely out of touch with reality because they live on a different planet. Either way it goes, these people are terrible and they're ruining this great country of ours, allowing this guy to lead the country into a 1929 style depression. Let's send them one last time to the lake of fire. Let's warm it on up, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta go.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. All right, you know exactly what it is. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. What a great show. This is the real DEI. When they say DEI, Don, Eric, Ivanka, and we know exactly what it is. Thank you for the follows. Where else are you going to get this kind of entertainment, ladies and gentlemen? It's not just entertainment. It's actually telling the truth. These Trump supporters. Curtis, Queen, play. Let's go. All right, sneaky fingers. You want me to connect the dots? Let's go. Best live show. Hands down. Wow. W of heaven. Thank you, brother. You know they got this app on ice right now, but it is what it is. Ice. I see you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The show wouldn't be what it is without each and every single one of you. I see you, Q-Dog. Bam. 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 Thank you. Hey, you Trump supporters, you guys really should be paying for this content, MAGA, because you don't get this anywhere else. I know you don't. I go to your lives, I see what you do, and it's a bunch of boring liars, a bunch of crybabies. But guess what? You think you were crying under President Biden? You'll be crying under Donald Trump. Let's go, let's go. Yes, I keep it real, Piper. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Don't worry. We'll take care of you, all right? We'll lower your taxes. We'll pay off all your debt because we're going to drill, baby. Drill. Thank you, everyone. Seriously. W's in the chat for Zeus. W for yourselves as well. You're going to see Trump supporters crying. All right, Diane. Come on back. All right, I didn't do the full show because I have other places to be, but you know what this is. This is about getting that message out there. Right, Curtis? Right, Vice? Right, W. Giggles? J-Night? Sherry, love you too. Somebody got to save this great country of ours. We're not just going to allow people to do whatever they want to this country without saying something, right? All right. Do you all want to do the drill, baby drill? All right, we'll do some drill, baby drill, and then we are out of here.
These guys, we're going to drill. We're going to take out so much money.
Here he goes.
Pay down our debt. We're going to lower your taxes to insane asylums.
That's right.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack. Drill, what's a frack?
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Kabira, my sister. You know she's gonna pay it.
Up in there, she was against stacking against all the stuff, and then
All of a sudden, hey! Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we gotta do. Where my thugs at? She said I like fracking very much. Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She Queen Flea. She wants to know how long I can go. Queen Flea. Queen Flea, keep it clean. And drill, baby, drill.
We're gonna drill, baby.
Hey, so deep.
We're gonna be for these
Guys,
we're gonna
drill.
We're gonna take out
So much money, we're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes. Hey, you know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Hey, we're gonna drill, baby, drill. Tell me. Go ahead, put your hands up like it's Hannibal Lecter. Hey.
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Okay, they say, why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
Why?
We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal.
drill.
Where you at, Curtis? Right, you dog. Deep insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. DI in the house. Hey. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was what you call one heck of a show. PA, I give you hope. Awesome. You're so beautiful. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. Take care and stay safe out here in these TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.